Title: The Collector. It all began with a whisper on an online forum. Have you heard of SCP-983? A user, shrouded in anonymity, hinted at a nondescript object hidden within the bowels of a forgotten facility, a strange artifact that could manipulate time itself. For most, it was mere fiction, a thrilling tale to spice up a late-night chat. For Jacob, however, it ignited an obsession. Jacob spent countless hours reading documentation on SCP entities. He'd come across eerie references in forums, sifted through dark websites, but nothing tugged at his curiosity quite like SCP-983. According to the reports, this artifact, a dusty pocket watch, was said to give its holder the ability to relive their memories, but with a sinister twist. Changes made to the past would ripple through reality, creating horrifying outcomes. It was said to be hidden within Site-54, a now abandoned SCP Foundation facility. Rumors swirled across the internet about the location, tales of agents vanishing after witnessing the impossible, facilities overrun by aberrations or worse. Jacob felt his heartbeat quicken as he read tales of would-be adventurers who had attempted to uncover the location but had returned with stories of madness and loss. Why not? He muttered to himself one dreary Saturday afternoon, staring at the cracked screen of his laptop in his small bedroom. The idea was reckless, no doubt, but the thrill of the unknown called to him like a siren in the dark. Armed with a flashlight, his phone, and an insatiable thirst for adventure, Jacob set off toward the outskirts of the city, determined to discover the truth behind SCP-983. The sun bathed the abandoned Site-54 in an eerie orange glow. Dilapidated fences writhed beneath the weight of tangled vines, while the structure itself loomed like a giant specter frozen in the grip of time. Jacob pushed open the rusted gate, which creaked in protest, and sprang forward, half expecting something sinister to leap from the shadows. He felt the pull of history as he ventured through the overgrown courtyard and into the building. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the silence was punctuated only by the soft scuttling of creatures disturbed by his presence. Jacob navigated the winding corridors lined with shattered glass and torn documents, searching for SCP-983. Muffled sounds echoed in the distance, but he brushed off his rising unease as paranoia. After all, he was trained by countless horror movies to ignore the creeping dread. In a way, it only made him feel more alive. An hour passed before he stumbled upon a locked room. The door bore a rusted plaque engraved with Containment Chamber 983. Adrenaline coursed through his veins. He fumbled with the lock until it clicked open, revealing a pitch-black space within. He switched on his flashlight, illuminating a small pedestal in the center. And there it was, SCP-983. The watch was deceptively simple, resting silently in the dim light, its brass casing dulled with age. Jacob grasped the cool metal and could almost hear the ticking of its internal mechanism, the sound muffled but insistent. His heart raced as he slipped it into his pocket, a sense of triumph swelling in his chest. A sudden disturbance shattered the quiet. Jacob turned, feeling eyes on him, dread swelling as shadows began to creep from the corners of the chamber. His flashlight flickered, casting erratic beams as he stumbled backward, the shadows deepening ominously. A voice rang out from the darkness, a rasping echo that clawed at his sanity. "You shouldn't have taken it." Before he could comprehend the warning, time shifted violently. The air shimmered and warped, distorting reality around him. Jacob watched in horror as his memories seeped into the chamber, visions of moments long past, his broken friendships, lost loved ones, and choices he wished he could change. "No," he yelled, gripping the watch tightly. "I can fix it." But as he manipulated the watch, reality twisted further, wrenching at the very fabric of his existence. Shapes loomed in the darkness, grotesque visages of those he had failed to protect and lost. They reached for him, whispering names he thought he could forget. He was ensnared in a vortex of guilt and regret, pulled under by a tsunami of memory. With a deafening crash, everything around him imploded into darkness. Jacob felt himself being cast away, spiraling through memories that weren't his to relive. The ground beneath him vanished. When he finally awoke, he found himself sprawled on the floor of the containment chamber, the watch shattered beside him. As he rose, a terrifying realization gripped him: he was alone. Outside, the world remained, oblivious to what lurked within the bowels of Site-54. He felt something sinister creeping up his spine. The moment he stepped outside, shadows began to close in on him once more. Something was wrong. The cold wind whispered as reality seemed to twist around him. Life pulsed differently. Jacob stumbled back to the fence, desperate to escape, but the silhouette of a figure hovered behind him. "Now, you belong to us," it whispered, its features obscured, a twisted reflection of the memories he thought he had escaped. And as the fog enveloped him, Jacob realized the truth. Once you touched SCP-983, the past was not just a memory, it became a haunting present. The Collector would always come for those who sought to rewrite their fate.